हेलो एंड वेलकम स्टूडेंट्स। आ गए हैं हम आपकी मंथली करंट अफेयर्स क्लास के साथ। आज हम मई 2025 के सारे इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ और अपडेट्स कवर करेंगे जो आपके एग्जाम्स के लिए सुपर इंपॉर्टेंट हैं। तो रेडी हैं? चलिए शुरू करते हैं।
तो आज के सेशन का रोड मैप कुछ ऐसा है। हम नेशनल न्यूज़, डिफेंस अपडेट्स, इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स, स्पोर्ट्स राउंड अप और साइंस टेक एंड अवार्ड्स को कवर करेंगे। बेसिकली द होल पैकेज फॉर योर प्रिपरेशन। ऑलराइट, फर्स्ट अप लेट्स टॉक अबाउट नेशनल न्यूज़ एंड पॉलिसीज। देखते हैं कि इस महीने इंडिया में क्या क्या बड़े डिसीजंस लिए गए और कौन से इवेंट्स हुए जिनका इम्पैक्ट काफ़ी लॉन्ग लास्टिंग होने वाला है। सो सबसे पहले लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द बिगेस्ट न्यूज़ ऑफ द मंथ। The cabinet has approved caste enumeration in the upcoming national census. Now this is huge. It's happening for the first time in almost a century and believe me, इसके social और political implications बहुत deep होने वाले हैं.
Okay, so besides that major policy shift, there was a lot of focus on leadership and culture as well. We had Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar releasing a book on UP Governor Anandiben Patel. Then, the Forbes India W Power list for 2025 honored some incredible self-made women like Geetu Gopinath and Leena Nair. On the cultural front, Haryana launched a really nice social honor scheme for its senior artists, and in New Delhi, a borrowed Bodh Kendra was inaugurated by the union minister.
Alright, let's switch gears now and move to defense and security. And let me tell you, May was a very eventful month for this sector. काफी significant developments हुए हैं.
Now, students, it's really crucial to understand the timeline here. Think of it like a chain of events. It all started on April 22nd with a major terror attack in Pahalgam. The response was swift. On May 2nd, India banned all imports from Pakistan under Operation Deep Manifest. And then, just a few days later on May 7th, India launched retaliatory precision strikes, and these were called Operation Sindoor.
And for your exams, you absolutely need to remember the tools used in Operation Sindoor. We're talking about some very high-tech stuff here. Scalp cruise missiles, hammer bombs, and even loitering munitions. These are pretty cool. They kind of hover over the target before striking. We also used BrahMos missiles and M992 Excalibur rounds. So this list really shows India's advanced military muscle.
Speaking of defense capabilities, check out this number. 1,460 crore rupees. That's a huge investment. This is the budget for the new DRDO Navdurga missile testing range in Andhra Pradesh. This is a massive step towards self-reliance, building our own defense infrastructure right here in India.
So, the key takeaway here is that we weren't just focusing on one thing. Our forces were strengthened on all fronts. At sea, the Navy got its first anti-submarine vessel, the INS Arnala. On the border, Punjab approved the Bajak anti-drone systems. Internationally, we had the Nomadic Elephant joint military exercise with Mongolia, and to top it all off, DRDO opened a brand new testing center in Chennai. A very busy month.
Okay, so that was defense. Now let's zoom out a bit and shift our focus to the global stage. Chलिए देखते हैं what was happening in international affairs this May.
And wow, this was a truly historic moment. Robert Prevost from the United States became the new pope, taking the name Leo XIV. Just think about that. For the very first time in history, an American has been elected to lead the Catholic Church. That's a huge deal. And May was a month of some really significant global shifts. Closer to home, Baloch leader Mir Yar Baloch declared independence from Pakistan. Meanwhile, in Afghanistan, the Taliban banned the game of chess. In Africa, there was a positive development. Sudan appointed its first civilian prime minister since 2022. And amidst all this, India was busy reaffirming its strategic partnership with Russia on the 80th V-Day anniversary.
All right, enough of the serious stuff for a moment. Let's head over to the world of sports, where Indian athletes, as always, made us super proud. And we've got some pretty exciting news here.
So, as you can see from the table, at the Khelo India Youth Games 2025, Maharashtra absolutely dominated once again. They topped the chart with a whopping 158 medals. Haryana also had a fantastic run, securing the second spot with 117 medals.
In badminton, it was a nail-biter at the Malaysia Masters Final. Our very own Kadambi Srikanth played brilliantly to reach the final, but it was a tough match and he finished as the runner-up to China's Li Shifeng. Still, an absolutely fantastic performance to get there.
And the sporting glory didn't stop there. First, some great news for the future. MMA and cricket are now officially medal sports for the 2026 Asian Games. How cool is that?
Then on the track, Gulveer Singh was on fire, winning 2 gold medals in the 10,000 meters and the 5,000 meters at the Asian Athletics Championship. And our young shooters? They just went and topped the medal tally at the ISF Junior World Cup in Germany. What a month! All right, we're now moving into our final section for today: Science, Tech, and Awards. This is where we look at some amazing innovations and honors, and trust me, this part is super important for your exams. So, you all know about Gaganyaan, right? India's mission to space? Well, think of the Samudrayan mission as its underwater twin. This is India's first manned deep ocean mission. We're going to explore the seabed using a submersible called Matsya 6000, and the launch is set for late 2026. This is our next big frontier.
Now, this is a massive leap for India's tech ambitions. We've just inaugurated our first ever 3-nanometer chip design centers. Definitely remember the locations: Noida and Bengaluru. This is an absolute game-changer in our journey to become a global semiconductor hub.
And in the world of literature, a moment of immense pride for India. Author Bona Mushtaq won the prestigious International Booker Prize for her incredible Kannada short story collection, Heart Lamp. This is a huge win for Indian literature on the world stage.
Finally, let's look at some key people who were in the news. We paid our respects to Dr. Sabana Ayappan, remembered as the father of India's Blue Revolution, who sadly passed away. On a different note, Sadhguru was honored as the Global Indian of the Year by the Canada-India Foundation. And, ensuring continuity in our national security, Tapan Kumar Dekka's term as the director of the IB was extended for another year.
Okay, so as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. We've talked about so many things today: a new pope, a major census decision, new tech, military operations. Out of all these events, which one do you think will have the biggest, most long-lasting impact on 2025 and even beyond? Give it some thought. It's a great way to connect the dots.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक करिए, कमेंट करके अपना फीडबैक दीजिए और अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर ज़रूर करिए। एंड हे, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल मत भूलना ताकि आपको और भी हेल्पफुल वीडियोस मिलती रहें। और हाँ, फॉर मोर प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस हमें टेलीग्राम पर ज्वाइन करें। थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग टुडे।